A man stands on the edge of death, blindfolded, betrayed. The soldiers raise their guns, ready to end the life of the fool who dared to challenge fate. The king watches helpless. The woman Ivan risked everything for? She's the one who ordered his death. But just as the final moment arrives, destiny intervenes. This isn't just a tale of wishes. It's a battle for love, freedom, and survival. This is the story of Ivan and the magical fish who changed everything. At the bottom of a quiet river, the Fish King holds a ring, his mind consumed by desire. He demands answers from his frog spy. Where is the fish he wants to marry, but the spy knows nothing? Furious, the Fish King sends him off to search every river, pond, and canal. Next, we see the home of a blind blacksmith in a Russian village. The blacksmith's dog wakes up his sleeping son, Ivan. Ivan's a good guy, but a bit of an idiot. When he goes outside, his blind dad, who's working at the forge, tells him he should learn the blacksmith trade, asking how long he's going to live. Ivan says he will. Then his dad tells him to go catch some fish for dinner. So Ivan grabs a bucket and a hook and heads out to fish. Ivan goes to a frozen river, drops his hook into a hole in the ice. Bubbles start popping up and Ivan backs away. Suddenly, a huge splash of water erupts from the hole and a fish lands right in Ivan's bucket. Ivan's stoked, thinking, sweet, dinner's taken care of. He heads back, ready to cook the fish. But then the fish speaks, asking him how he plans to cook her. Ivan freaks out, asking how she can talk. She tells him she can do a lot and will grant him 3 wishes if he throws her back in the river. Ivan's thrilled. He tells the fish he'll tell her later and lies down. He mumbles that he wishes he could travel the whole city without leaving his forge. Suddenly, something crazy happens. His house starts lifting up. Ivan asks what's going on, and the fish tells him his first wish is coming true. Ivan says he just said it casually, but the fish points out he still made a wish. In a flash, Ivan, his forge, and his house are outside, and the forge starts moving like a car. The fish tells him the forge is coming along because he wished to see the city without leaving it. Ivan can't believe his eyes. It's cold, and Ivan shivers, mumbling, "Wish it was warm and green." Just like that, all the snow vanishes. Summer arrives, everything turns green, and the frozen rivers melt. The fish tells him 2 wishes are done, and only 1 is left. Ivan takes the fish in the bucket and walks on, saying people are right. He's an idiot. He wasted 2 wishes and could have asked for something big. The fish tells him everyone asks for things based on their level of thinking. As they continue, some robbers stop Ivan and try to mug him. Ivan has no money, so they try to take his fish. But Ivan sees an opening, grabs his bucket with the fish, and runs. The robbers chase him. Seeing no escape, Ivan throws the fish into the river, telling her she'll be safe there. The enraged robbers hang him upside down from a tree and leave. A little later, a beautiful girl arrives, unties Ivan, and helps him down. Ivan sees her shiny fish-patterned scarf and realizes it's the fish. He asks her name and she says it's Yana. Ivan takes her scarf so she can't escape. He tells Yana his 3rd wish is still unused and he'll use it when the time is right. Yana asks what's next. Ivan says he wants to marry Tsar's daughter. Yana asks if that's his 3rd wish. Ivan says no, he'll work for that himself. She just needs to support him. Yana agrees. Next scene, Tsar's palace. Princess Nancy's maid tells her the English ambassador is coming. Nancy's thrilled. She's always wanted to marry an Englishman. She quickly gets ready. But Tsar hates Englishmen and doesn't want his daughter to marry one. Soon, the English ambassador arrives, aiming to impress the king and ask for his daughter's hand. He gives Princess Nancy an umbrella, which makes her happy. Tsar is not feeling it at all. He tells the ambassador, Englishmen just come to loot. The ambassador says, no, your majesty, I've brought a gift that will change your mind about Englishmen. Meanwhile, Ivan and Yana have arrived in Tsar's kingdom. The Englishman shows Tsar a machine that plays music automatically. The ambassador secretly hid a guy inside the machine who would play music when a button was pressed, but no one knew about the trick. As the ambassador shows the king the music machine, Ivan and Yana are watching from the palace walls. Tsar isn't impressed and tells the ambassador they don't need such a machine, but Nancy is smitten with the English ambassador and wants to marry him. The king is at a loss, wondering how to convince his daughter. Just then, Ivan rushes in and tells the king he doesn't need to marry his daughter to an Englishman. He'll bring a device that plays music automatically. The king is overjoyed as he was looking for a reason to stop the marriage. So the king tells Ivan, all right, if you bring such a musical instrument, you can ask for anything you want. Ivan asks if he can then marry the princess, and the king says yes. The princess is annoyed as she wants to marry the Englishman and doesn't like Ivan. She tries to scare Ivan off, but he stands firm. The The king tells his man to give Ivan new clothes and shoes for this quest, as Ivan is poor and only wearing tattered socks. Ivan is thrilled and tells Yana outside. Yana tells him such an instrument exists, but it's super hard to get. Ivan asks why. She explains it's with a cat in the dark forest, and no one who's gone after it has ever come back alive. Ivan asks about the danger. Yana says if the cat plays a happy song, people dance non-stop until they're exhausted, and then the cat eats them. If the cat plays a sad song, people cry until they fall asleep, and then the cat eats them too. Ivan says it sounds dangerous, but he'll take the risk. He packs food in a bag and sets off with Yana to find the instrument. They travel through tough terrain and get close to the dark forest. Yana tells Ivan he has to go alone from here, so Ivan enters the dark forest by himself. There are skeletons and bones everywhere. He hears a cat's voice telling him these skeletons are of people who came for his instrument. The cat asks if he also wants the instrument. Ivan says yes. The cat says he has to pass a test. If he can control himself after hearing its music, it'll give him the instrument. The cat asks if he wants sad songs or happy ones. Ivan chooses sad songs. The cat starts playing sad songs on its instrument, but strangely, Ivan isn't affected and even starts singing the next lines of the song. The cat asks Ivan how he knows the lines and why he isn't sad from the song. Ivan explains his mom used to sing him this song every day when he was a kid, so it doesn't affect him. The cat, having lost the bet, tells Ivan he'll starve if he takes the instrument. Ivan gives the cat a lot of food from his bag. The cat, happy, tells Ivan it will go with him along with the instrument and consider him a friend from now on. Meanwhile, the frog messenger from the Fish King finds Yana waiting for Ivan by the river. He tells her the Fish King has been looking for her everywhere and she should go with him and marry him quickly. Yana says to tell him she'll never marry him. Just then, Ivan arrives with the cat and the instrument. Overhearing Yana and the frog, Yana asks Ivan if he got the instrument. Ivan says yes. They both start heading back. On the way, Ivan tells her she ran away from the Fish King because she didn't want to marry him. Yana confirms this, saying she doesn't love him. Meanwhile, at Tsar's palace, the English ambassador is back, disguised as the Italian ambassador, trying to convince the king to let him marry the princess. The princess recognizes him and is happy. But before the ambassador can ask the king for the princess's hand, Ivan arrives with the instrument. He tells the cat to play a happy song, and everyone in the court starts dancing, even though they don't want to. The magical music makes them unable to stop, and they get exhausted from dancing. Finally, at Ivan's command, the cat stops playing. The king is thrilled with Ivan, calling the instrument amazing and declaring that the cat and instrument will now stay in the palace. Ivan reminds the king of their deal and asks if he'll marry his daughter Nancy to him. The king agrees. But Nancy is sly and arrogant and only wants to marry the English ambassador. To avoid marrying Ivan, she cleverly tells him if he truly wants to marry her, he needs to do something to prove he'd do anything for her. Naive Ivan doesn't catch on to Nancy's trick and tells her he's ready. Nancy plans to give him an impossible task so he'll never complete it or return. She tells him she'll tell him about the task tomorrow. Ivan then goes to Yana. Seeing Ivan happy, Yana asks if his marriage to the princess is set. Ivan says no. She told him if he completes one more task, she'll marry him. That night, Princess Nancy goes to the secret storeroom and summons her evil mother's spirit using a chair that contacts her. Her mother's spirit asks why she called her so late. Nancy says she wants to give Ivan an impossible task so he can never complete it and she can get rid of him for good. Her mother's spirit tells her a difficult task. The next day, as planned by the princess, the ambassador shows the king a machine, saying if you put salad in, it cuts itself. And if you put fruit in, juice comes out. The ambassador had hidden a person inside the machine doing all these tasks, but everyone outside thought the machine was doing it. The ambassador asks the king if he has such a machine in his kingdom. Before the king can answer, Nancy, following her mother's plan, asks her father if Ivan can bring a machine or something that serves food automatically and cleans up automatically. The king says he's heard of such a magical tablecloth, but never seen it in reality. Nancy cleverly tells him if Ivan brings such a magical tablecloth, she'll marry him. Following the princess's condition, Ivan sets off with Yana to find the magical tablecloth. On the way, Yana tells him the magical tablecloth belongs to two brothers, John and Ron. Many years ago, they left the city and moved to a hilly area. They got food and drinks without any effort, so they became lazy and ate so much their bodies swelled up, and they can barely move now. As they talk, they stop at a poor, elderly couple's house. Despite their poverty, the couple shares a lot of love. Moving on from there, Yana tells Ivan that the love between two people should be like a needle and thread, where one is incomplete without the other, just like that elderly couple. As they chat, they pass through beautiful green fields and finally reach the hilly area made of tall cliffs. Amidst those tall cliffs, the two heavily built brothers are sitting with the magical tablecloth. They ask the magical tablecloth for 56 kinds of delicacies. In the blink of an eye, delicious food appears on the tablecloth, and the two brothers eat to their heart's content. Ivan and Yana are watching all this from atop the hill. When the two brothers are tired of eating, Ivan approaches them and asks for the tablecloth. The brothers get angry, hit Ivan on the head with a coconut, and knock him out. Yana comes to wake Ivan up. She tells the two brothers to look at their reflection in the water. When they look at their faces in the water, they don't recognize themselves because they've eaten so much over the years that they look like animals. Seeing themselves like this, both brothers become very sad and ask Yana for a way to become normal again. Yana tells them, "First, you two need to get rid of this magical tablecloth so your laziness goes away, and you work hard and eat limited food." Hearing this, the two brothers tell Yana she's right and tell her to take the tablecloth. So Yana takes the tablecloth and leaves. By now, Ivan has also regained consciousness. He's super happy to have the tablecloth. On the way back, Ivan starts picking flowers from a garden for the princess. Yana tells him he still hasn't figured out that Nancy doesn't want to marry him. She's deliberately giving him difficult tasks so he can't complete them and she can get rid of him. But Ivan is pure of heart and tells Yana she's wrong. Ivan holds Yana's hand and tells her how he'll propose to the princess. Seeing his kindness and innocence, Yana also falls in love with Ivan but doesn't express it. Meanwhile, in Tsar's palace, the princess and the ambassador are having a good time, believing Ivan will never return. But Ivan shows up. The people of the kingdom give him a grand welcome for his success and celebrate. Seeing this, the king tells Yana that Ivan has become a hero in the eyes of the people. Everyone likes him. But Nancy can't stand it. She doesn't want to marry Ivan no matter what. So she goes back to the storeroom and summons her mother's spirit again, asking what to do now. Her evil mother gives her another dangerous plan. The next day, in the court, in everyone's presence, Yana tells the king she's ready to marry Ivan. She just wants her mother's blessing for the marriage. So Ivan needs to go to the dark world and get her mother's permission for the wedding. The king understands his daughter is giving Ivan impossible tasks to avoid marrying him, as going to the dark world alive is impossible. Both the king and Ivan are disheartened, but Ivan still agrees to the task. Afterward, he goes to Yana. Yana tells him going there alive means going to death's door. Ivan asks how to get there and says he'll go alone. Yana says beyond the dark forest is a black river full of danger and fog, and crossing it opens the path to the dark world. But first, he takes Yana to his blind father because he doesn't know if he'll ever return from the dark world. Ivan's father hears Yana's voice and says he hasn't heard his son's voice in days, and being blind can't go look for him. He struggles with his blacksmith work. Hearing this, Yana and Ivan both feel sad about his father's condition. Ivan now regrets leaving his blind father in such a state. He apologizes to his father and asks for his blessing for the journey. As they continue, he tells Yana he wasted his first two wishes, but he wants his third wish to restore his father's eyesight. Yana fulfills his wish and his father regains his sight. Then, by the river, Ivan tells Yana she's fulfilled all three of his wishes as promised and supported him a lot, but he doesn't want to trouble her anymore, so he'll go the rest of the way alone. He gives Yana her fish scarf, setting her free. Yana tells him he still doesn't get it. Their relationship is like a needle and thread, so she can't abandon him in trouble. She says once he succeeds, she might leave. Ivan can't understand Yana's love, so Yana can't openly express her feelings. Then she also gets on the boat with Ivan, and they both sail further down the river. Further on, they see statues of death's envoys all around. Yana says this is where the dark realm begins. Then they stop the boat and get off into a valley. Ivan says this place is pretty weird. Just then, the guardian of that world asks Ivan how he got there. Yana says he came with her, calling the guardian father. Ivan is surprised. The guardian confirms Yana is his daughter. Yana tells him that ever since he forced her to become a fish, she has no relation with him. The guardian says he was forced to do it for a while so she could gain experience. Yana tells him they came there looking for the queen's spirit. The guardian then goes to them and tells them the queen was a sly and cruel woman who married the king to gain power and oppress the poor. Therefore, her soul is being punished in this world and kept hungry for eternity. Then the guardian conjures the queen's spirit. Ivan tells her he came to get her permission for his marriage to her daughter, as per the condition. But the evil queen refuses. Seeing this, Yana asks her father to do something. Her father shows the queen food items and tells her she's suffering from eternal hunger, and if she wants to end it, she must allow Ivan. Forced, the queen agrees. Next scene, Tsar's palace. Nancy and the ambassador are enjoying themselves at the dining table. Poor king watches sadly. Suddenly, the queen's spirit appears on a tray and announces to everyone that she grants permission for the marriage. The king is overjoyed. but Nancy is furious. She can't believe Ivan completed such a difficult task. Meanwhile, in the dark world, Yana thanks her father and gets on the boat with Ivan heading back. On the way, she tells Ivan his most difficult task is complete and he no longer needs her. She tells him to forget her because he'll marry the princess anyway. But Ivan says he can never and will never forget her. Yana tells him those who return alive from there lose their memory of it. On the other side, a furious Nancy goes to the storeroom and starts breaking the chair that summons her mother's spirit. Her mother tells her she was forced to allow Ivan because she was compelled, but she has information that will solve all her problems. Her mother says Ivan isn't alone. A magical fish helped him with all his feats so far, and Nancy knows that using magic is punishable by death in their kingdom. Nancy says she understands now. Meanwhile, dawn breaks as they continue down the river. And when Ivan wakes up, his boat has reached the riverbank, but he's lost all memory of Yana. So he asks Yana who she is. Yana says she's just a boatwoman. Then he gets off the boat and starts to leave, but he feels like he's forgetting something. He then goes to Nancy and tells her he completed all her tasks, but he's fallen in love with someone else, though he can't remember who. Nancy asks if he completed all the difficult tasks alone. Ivan says no, someone helped him with magic every time. Hearing the mention of magic, Nancy tells the soldiers, "Arrest him. He used magic, and in our kingdom, that's punishable by death." Ivan is shocked that the person he risked his life for is doing this to him. The next day, Ivan is blindfolded and sentenced to death in front of everyone. The king doesn't want this, but is bound by the kingdom's law. Just before the soldiers shoot Ivan as per the sentence, Yana arrives. She tells Nancy to release him, and in return, she will be her slave, giving Nancy her fish scarf. Nancy is happy and cancels Ivan's sentence, but she becomes even more arrogant. She then has her father imprisoned in a room and makes herself queen. After wearing the crown, Nancy tells Yana she fulfilled her first wish, and now her second wish is for the Prince of England to send her a marriage proposal. With Yana's magic, English soldiers quickly arrive with a marriage proposal for the princess. Seeing this, Nancy's lover, the English ambassador, asks her if she wanted to marry him. Nancy says if she can marry the Prince of England, why would she marry him? Then she orders the soldiers to put the ambassador to work sweeping and mopping in the palace. Meanwhile, Ivan, who was thrown out, wanders everywhere he went with Yana, but he can't remember anything clearly. Then when he goes to his father's place at night, John and Ron, the two brothers, are also there. Ivan's father tells him he was here with Yana last time. Just then, Ivan notices the needle and thread in John's hand, which makes him remember all the moments he spent with Yana. Now, he sets out to find his love. To help him, his father, along with John and Ron, also sets off with his forge. They take the forge and break down the palace gate. Inside, Ivan tells Yana he remembers everything and that he didn't understand her love before, but now he's come to take her. Seeing this, Nancy tells Ivan she's her slave now. Ivan, along with his father Ron and John, stands before Nancy and tells her to free Yana or they'll crush her soldiers. Nancy is greedy, so she tells Yana she wants her third wish to make her a sorceress like herself. Yana fulfills her last wish, turning Nancy into a fish. Nancy then tries to turn back into a human with magic, but her magic doesn't work. Yana tells her a magical fish can only fulfill others' wishes, not its own. Just then, the well water rises and the Fish King emerges. Seeing Nancy as a fish, he mistakes her for Yana, catches her, and takes her underwater, forcing her to marry him. Everyone is happy to be rid of Nancy. King Tsar is freed and made king again. Ivan and Yana express their love for each other and start living together. This is how this fantasy movie ends. Give it a like, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.